Hello, and today I'll be showing you how you can make this automatic slime farm in your Minecraft survival and or creative world. We are taking advantage of a slime chunk. If you don't know what a slime chunk is, I will put it in the description and some resources to help you find them in your Minecraft survival or creative world. Now, using the slime chunk and a couple of iron golems, we're going to use these spawning platforms and lower all of our slimes into one spot and collect the loot. For this project, you will need about 14 stacks of smooth stone slabs. At least those are the slabs I'm using. And I know they work, but if you want to use other slabs, that's up to you. 16 campfires, 16 hoppers, 21 glass blocks of your choosing, 12 iron bars, about 2 stacks of ladders, 1 single oak fence, 4 oak planks, 4 chests, about 2 stacks of torches, and a couple of leads. And once you have all of these things, you can go ahead and gather them all up and get ready to find your slime chunk. Now, using the resources that I will list below, you can just simply type it in and head over to that direction using your F3, and they'll pull up the coordinates. And once we get over there, roughly in the middle of the area that the resources tell us to, we can find chunk borders by hitting F3 and G at the same time, and that'll show chunk boundaries. So after hitting F3 plus G, as you can see all the way up to the top of the sky, we have a chunk border that we are in, and this is going to help us stay in our chunk boundaries. So as you can see, it goes all the way up and all the way down. Once you dig down a little bit, you can see that the lines continue down. Once you're ready, head on into any one of the 4 corners, and you're going to dig down. We're going to use F3 one more time, and we're going to dig down to Y level 20. Again, I'll say it one more time. We are digging down to Y level 20. If you don't know what Y level, it's that middle number right next to XYZ. As you can see, it's going down as we dig down. That's your Y level number. We're at 40. You want to dig down to Y level 20. No matter where you are in the world, it's going to be Y level 20. As long as it's within the slime chunk boundaries. Again, using F3 plus G definitely helps out in this scenario. Once you're at Y level 20, you're going to dig a 16 by 16, which is 1 chunk in Minecraft, making sure you're staying within the chunk that we were in before. So in this case, I was in the top left-hand corner. So now we're going to the bottom left-hand corner and digging 16 blocks out. As you can see, we're kind of following those yellow grid-like lines on the side of the wall there. That's how you know you're within the chunk. Once you get towards the end, you'll see almost like a bluish line, and that'll tell you that that's the end of the chunk. You know you've hit the end of the chunk when you look down at the floor and it seems like you're entering or passing by that yellow line. You're going to do this on all 4 sides, so that way you'll have a 16 by 16 by 2 chunk-like formation in the middle of your slime chunk. And as you can see here, there's some caves there. That's not a problem. We'll deal with those later. Once you've done that, go back to your corner. You're going to dig this up a 16 by 16 by 18 blocks tall from where I am now. This is a 16 by 16 by 10. We need a 16 by 16 by 18 blocks and digging almost like this giant pit in the ground. This is a 16 by 16 by 28. You don't need a 28, you need an 18. I just lost count. That's okay. Once you have a 16 by 16 by 18 dug, you can start building your farm. If there's caves around or you dug into a cave, make sure you run all the way through the cave and light up the cave. That'll help with your slime spawn rate and keep mobs from entering the farm. Now that we've done this, we're going to grab some of our spare blocks and just block off these caves so the slimes don't travel and we don't have extra mobs getting into the farm or out of the farm. As you can see here, I'm just cubing everything off, making sure the walls are nice and flush, no specific block, just making sure we don't have any gaps where the slimes could possibly fit through. Pretty simple. Now, once you're ready to continue the farm, you're going to go to one side of the wall, find the exact middle, take 2 building blocks, place 2 blocks up, then grab your slabs and place 1/2 block up from that. So the slab should be 2 1/2 blocks tall on the 3rd block, leaving a half space in between. And you're going to build 3 blocks away from the wall all the way around. Now, if that's confusing, it should have something that looks like this. See how we're building 3 blocks all the way out off of that wall? And now we're building 3 blocks all the way out from this wall, so making almost like a L. But we're going to do this in a square-like formation, making sure you're placing slabs 3 blocks away from any and every wall. You should have something that looks like this. I understand that might be confusing, but it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. Grab some torches and make sure this platform is lit up. Slimes can spawn in any light level and at any layer between Y level 20 and 40 if you didn't already know. So by placing torches, we're keeping other mobs from spawning and making sure we're only going to get slimes in the slime farm, because that's the whole point of the video, right? Now once you have that, again on this layer, build 2 1/2 blocks up with the slab, and then again 3 all the way around until we get something that looks exactly like what we're standing on. So again, 3 blocks all the way around from every wall, just like we did with the bottom layer. And as you can see here, we are done with level 2. Going to place some more torches, just roughly keeping them in the middle and on the corners. Again, just keeping everything but slimes from spawning. Now, once you have this, we're going to build 3 more on top of this. So I'm going to skip ahead real quick, just so you guys don't have to watch me build all those. But you should have 5 in total. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 layers. And these are all platforms that the slime can and will spawn on. As you can see here, normally the roof would be a little higher, but, well, not as high, I should say. But we built it a little too tall, but that's okay. We're just going to leave it. So once you're ready, go to any side, pick the middle of any side. Oh, and as you can see, you don't want to fall. But again, so we're going to build our way back up real quick. But once you're at the top layer, pick any side, go to the middle of it, and build a total of 5 blocks out. So once you're ready, you're going to build 5 blocks away from the wall. Normally, the height of this wall would be roughly here. So ignore those blocks I just placed. Those are only for me. You don't have to worry about it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 blocks out. This would be the dead center. And so all we're going to do is mimic the roof being here, because I went a little crazy with mine. Again, ignore those blocks. You should have a solid roof above you right about there. But once you're ready and the next part is done, you're going to go 5 blocks out and place a oak fence on the roof right above you. I'm getting rid of these blocks because I don't need them, but you can definitely leave the roof on yours. And then next thing you want to do is you want to grab your iron blocks and a pumpkin head and spawn an iron golem. Now you can just get an iron golem from a village and bring him over here, or you can spawn him in. As you can see, I keep accidentally putting the pumpkin on my head, but that's all right. And then grab your lead real quick, right-click the iron golem, go across the platform, right-click the oak fence, and then simply mine the blocks out from underneath him, making him dangle in the air like so. I accidentally hit him. Don't do that. Plenty of mistakes this video, but then again, I'm only human. But once you're ready, I'm simply going to build in from the other side and get rid of those blocks. Those are just temporary, and the iron golem should be jumping or floating or dangling, whatever you want to call it, right in the middle of the farm, so that way the slimes that spawn on the top and second half layer will be able to see this iron golem and go for him and fall off. We can also get rid of these blocks down here. These were just because I fell. Nothing in particularly important about those. Now, you are going to want to work your way to the bottom of the farm, conveniently. Once you're down here, you're going to go to any one of the 4 corners, and you're going to grab temporary building blocks and build 1 out from the corner in a 5 diagonal pattern. If that doesn't make sense, you should have something that looks like this. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 in total with 1 gap. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all temporary, mind you. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 in the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a diagonal pattern. Once you have this, you're going to grab your handy dandy pickaxe and dig out the space, 1 diagonal in a 4x4 space in the middle here. Should have something that looks exactly like this. Once you have that space mined out, we can get rid of all those temporary blocks we placed earlier. Those are just going to mess with the efficiency of the farm. So now that we have all these blocks removed, all you're going to want to do is go back towards the middle after we remove all these. Hang on. Grab your blocks and head back towards the middle of this little chunk we dug out here. And you're going to place 4 blocks directly in the middle in a 2x2 shape like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Build 1, 2, 3 blocks up on any one of the corners. Once you have that, you're going to build 1 block to the right here. one block behind here, get your slabs, place 2 slabs there, 1 slab here, and then mine those. And then once you have that, you're going to grab your slabs one more time and jump up here and place a slab 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 slabs here should line up with the 4 blocks we placed below earlier, and should also line up with the iron golem on top of us. Once you have that, you're going to grab your temporary block, place it to the side there, and up 1. Grab your iron bars and place them like that. Another temporary block here. 2 more iron bars there. 1 more temporary block here. Another 2 iron bars. Another temporary block here. Another 2 iron bars. And once you have that, you can get rid of all the temporary blocks we just placed. So we can get rid of this one, those 2 temporary blocks. We can get rid of this one and this one. You should have 2 iron bars on each 4 of the sides. That's just to hold the iron golem in. As you can see here, while we were making that, we're already having slime spawn into the farm. So that's a fantastic sign to show we're not wasting time. But once you do that, you just want to make sure you're killing off the slimes. So your iron golem's not chasing them, trying to get them into this part. But we're going to try and build an iron golem here. Oh, so hang on, maybe one more attempt. One more attempt. So 2, yeah. Just build an iron golem, put them in there. I don't know how to describe it better than that. And yeah, so once you're ready, you can use a village made like iron golems and just bring them over with a lead, or you can use your own iron golem like I'm doing here and just placing, 4 iron blocks and a carved pumpkin on top. And I don't know why that wasn't working, but as you can see here, after a few trial and errors with that, you just build up a little bit and try and put the iron golem in. This is the part of the video where I lose all credit as being able to tell you guys what to do, because I can't even apparently get the iron golem to stay in the farm because he decided to go on a tightrope walk and then fall down on the bottom there. So then I had to make a staircase, to try and get him up while using a lead to get him up. And at this point, it kind of defeated the purpose of trying to build him already in the farm. It was just a lot went into this that didn't need to go into this, and if you're still watching this at this point, I apologize. The tutorial will be back soon. This is about 2 minutes of me struggling with an iron golem, and I don't know what else to tell you other than it's just me struggling to get an iron golem in a box, and here I am making a complicated slime farm. So, that I don't know what that goes to show you, but, that's about it. So after many attempts and many failures that I didn't record after this, I finally got him in the cage. Have something that looks like this. We're getting rid of all these temporary blocks, and you get rid of all the blocks underneath that platform we used to get him up there as well. So all these blocks as well. Just something that looks like this. Nothing crazy. Now, once you've done all of that and you have your iron golem in the center and one hanging, you're ready to start making the collection system. So now the collection system, you're going to go one of the corners and build 4 blocks down, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks down. And no, make it 6. 6 blocks down. We'll call it 6. So 6 blocks down in total. Sorry if I misread you or misled you with 4. We're going to do 6, just making sure we have a nice gap where they can't be able to jump out. So we're going to have 6 blocks in total. Dig this all down, 6 blocks all the way around. Making the collection pit for the slimes. As you can see here, I'm kind of digging into like the side of a cave here, which isn't great. Again, any caves you bump into, make sure you flatten the walls after you go in and do all the torches. Make sure that it's lit up, otherwise mobs will spawn and decrease the rate of the farm every time they spawn, because that's one less slime we're going to get towards the end. As you can see here, I'm just kind of lining it up, going off the top cube instead of just going off of the walls because there's a cave. Once you have this, you're going to dig into any of the 4 walls, but since I have this open, I'm going to take advantage of this open space and make this side the collection area. Dig 4 blocks into the side of the wall, place 2 double chests like so, and then place your 16 hoppers all facing into the chests or into one another, which are leading into the chests, making sure no hopper is placed somewhere weird or not facing into another hopper. And then as you can see here, I'm going to use these blocks to block off. This kind of shows you what it should look like when built into the side of the wall. And once you have that, you're going to grab your 16 campfires, and everywhere you place the hopper, right-click and shift and right-click, and make sure that the campfires are above the hoppers. So 16 hoppers with one campfire on top of it, making sure all the hoppers are covered by a campfire, and all the loot will go into the chest. Now you can take your stained glass and build the collection room. I'm just going to do a window, but normally you'd want to do like a little room where you can peek into and see how the farm is doing. If you have built into a cave, make sure there's no way for the slimes to escape. That's why I'm blocking this off. And we have the window here so we can watch all the slimes die, and it'll be a good show. Once you've done all that, the last step you're going to want to do is coming back up into the farm. One of the things I forgot to tell you is you'll want to build a 2x2 iron little shield on top of this iron golem's head to keep the slimes from accidentally landing on the iron golem's head from above. That's one of the things I forgot, but I figured better late than never, just to keep that iron golem alive. And then once you have that, we can go back down into the collection system and not worry about the farm anymore. This is kind of the basics of the farm. Now, the only other thing you have left to do is block that off. Dig about, I think it's 6 blocks out, 6 to 8 blocks out. Because if you build too close and then try and go up, you'll run into the farm like that, which you don't want. So we're going to block that back off and go an extra couple of blocks just to make sure we're not going to run into any problems later. And once you've built out far enough, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your ladders and start building up. You can use torches along the way. This is how you're going to get up and down into the collection system of your farm. So a couple of ladders building straight up. You can use a water elevator. You can do a staircase. You can do a minecart. Whatever you want to do to get up into this farm. We're using ladders because it is definitely the easiest thing to use in Minecraft. I will be replacing this with a water elevator later on though. But once you've reached the surface, you should have a ladder that connects straight down to Y level 20, which is where your collection system will be. And this is where all the loot of the farm is going to get collected. Now, a little helpful hint. At the end of this, if you want to build a collection chamber, you have to be at least 130 blocks away from this farm. I recommend going up and building an AFK chamber. We already have 9 slime balls in the 2 minutes it took me to tell you guys that. Other than that, that's pretty much it. The best bet is making sure you light up all your caves, and this will become way more efficient. Again, if you need help with a slime chunk, I'll put all the links in the description below. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I hope this helped. Take care.